Hello everyone, my name is FlareBlitzed here, and we have returned back to Yume Nisshi for the last time. Now, today I'm going to be looking through every effect, item, ability that you can acquire in the version 0.03 version of Yume Nisshi, because in 0.04, which is only in Japanese, there are certain effects that you could acquire there which we can't here. Game flow, game controls, save at your desk when awake. That's all good. But if you play Yume Nisshi yourself, you may realize that not all of the doors in the Nexus are automatically openable for you. There are some which are hidden, which can only be unhidden, if that's even a word, by going through certain parts of the game and then eventually finding that world's door. So we've got 4 doors to open off and start with. So you may think, well, we should open the doors first before finding any effect items. No. There's going to be 2 effects which we need specifically before we can start opening any of these doors, because some of the doors actually require you to traverse through the dark world. And in the dark world, we can't really see very well unless we have a light source, known as a match. But what we want to do is we want to find a little girl within this realm, and it's a little bit up here north. You're going to have to walk up to not this brick wall, but another brick wall which is on the left, I believe. Unless I've walked past it already. And then what we're going to need to find is we need to find a wandering girl that's just travelling around here. I forgot specifically where. Oh, there we go. There she is. There's the little darling. Okay, we got the match, and that's what we need to traverse through to the dark world without needing to struggle traversing through it. Okay, so now we need to find a colourful blob that travels around here, and that's going to allow us to travel to the church area of the game. And in the church area is where we are going to not only get some more items, but also go to is it 1 or 2? I believe it's 1, maybe 2. No, 2 different Nexus doors which we can unlock. But firstly, we need to find, that colourful blob I just mentioned about. Now, it's usually within an area where it's bricks, but it's like there's like an encirclement of snow, bricks, snow, bricks, snow. So it's like a circle really, of multiple layers. But we just gotta find this colourful blob, and then we shall be well on our way. I don't know what you do, but I don't think you matter right now. I think you're an event of some sorts. I don't know many events in this game. The only events that I've actually seen in the game are ones I've discovered by accident, because they're not stated on the wiki page be events. Effects are, but not events. And events, I believe, are just as important as effects, because they display a bit of story, but at the same time it's still very vague when it comes to the story in itself. Bricks over here. Would it be this one? I don't think so. It needs a bit more clarity to it. Let's just walk around a little bit more and try and see if it's over here. I do not know. I forgot exactly where from the Nexus we have to go after we get the match to get to the church area. The church area is really important, as I just said earlier. Go northeast from the Nexus, and then you'll eventually find it. And then when we're in here, head straight up until you see a little red dot. We can do that. Now, here's where a trap comes into play. If you notice that the normal red dot is actually a white dot, don't interact with it, because that doesn't let you go where you want to go, but somewhere else, which is a bit of a handful if you know the event in itself. Okay, so we walk along here. We need to use our match for this, because remember we saw a candle which was unlit. We need to press shift while equipping the match, and then light up the candle. Then we walk this way back to where we entered through before. And this is going to take us to a place called Rose Garden. And Rose Garden is going to be very important because of something. So we came from there, go, I think this was up here, and then right, and then, I don't believe this would be the down position, would it? Yeah, then down from here. I'm hoping this is okay. And then hopefully at some point we'll be able to access said rabbit. Because rabbit is going to allow us to travel faster within the game. But at the moment I don't think I am getting much luck. Or maybe I just took the wrong turn at the wrong time. I think that's probably the terminology of this aspect. Go through those gardens. I believe I came through here before, but I had no idea of where to go or what to do. How to do it. How to proceed. Where to go to find certain items. I thought this was all bizarre. A bizarre piece of world. Go up here maybe. Now this is going to take some time because I wandered off where I shouldn't have wandered off. Because that's what we like to do. Also helps with exploring as well at the same time. Exploring the different surroundings of Yume Nisshi. Yume Nisshi. I believe this is where we originally came from. So let us go up once. And then go right. I'm holding out to luck here. Okay, yeah, go up from the first junction, and then right. And then there should be a downward turn from here. I believe this is it. And then once we go down here, there is the two little girls and a rabbit in question. Lovely little rabbit. And with the rabbit item, we're going to be able to travel much faster, just like this. Okay, but there's something else we can do here, and that is to unlock one of the nexus doors when we're here. Basically, got to from the entrance, head up from here, search for a tree, yeah. And I believe all we need to do is go, just keep going upwards from the house. The pink house. The lovely pink house. I'm not quite too sure, but I think it is just straight up. No junctions. No junctions. No junctions. Yeah, and here's the tree. And this tree unlocks the Red Sea. Now we just gotta find the nexus door, and I believe that will totally confirm the fact that we've been here, because this is one of the hidden places. One of the hidden nexus doors. Don't remember seeing you before though. Maybe you're a rarity. One is a rare thing over here. Let's see. Where in the world shall we go? I believe it's down here, if I'm not mistaken. No. Damn it, all these places lead to dead ends. Not a fan of that. Dead ends I don't mind. Circles I do not like. Okay, there's one. That probably leads to somewhere else though. There's probably a hidden entrance to that one. Let's see. Go up here. And maybe down here actually. I don't know. There are certain games which I have to look through fully before I actually perform a final let's play because of just the scale that they are in. Like this one, for example. This one is really big for a Yume Nikki Fangame. Used to maps on other Yume Nikki Fangames, and they're quite small or medium-sized maps. But there are no small maps on this game unless there are small specific paths, which leads you to another world, which is large. It's not that door. There's another door. It's a red door. It's a lovely red door which allows us to go into the nexus. Go into the nexus. Going to the nexus. Soon we will be finding the door. Hopefully. I think, if I've been here more than once. Yeah, I think I have. I've seen you before. Oh, this is why I said I hate. Oh, there we go. There's the door over there on the left. We were just skipping around it. And there, we have ourselves the first hidden door unlocked. Yes, that's all good. Good and fun. Snow World. Okay, we need to go back and find the church again. It took way longer than it needed to be to see you, my dear friend, Blob. Okay, now from here we continue going on through the church. Now you see that dot is white. We do not want to interact with it. Don't ask me why, but I know that it's a danger. It's a danger which I'm going to explain later on as we go through the game. Because it's... well, it's basically a trap in itself. So, what is it going to be? Yes, walk in the snow world, yep. Go up to the 4th floor of the school. That's all good. Now, there is a very rare occurrence in Yume Nisshi where if you keep going upstairs, up and down, up and down, up and down, your screen just goes white and you have to restart your computer. Don't ask me how that happened, but it just came and occurred. But now what we need to do is, I believe it's this back room. Yes, and you see a nail bat. And we acquire the nail bat, which essentially acts as our weapon. So from here, and we need to go to... yes, undoubtedly the hospital, and that's the other side when you traverse through the basement. It was not like, it's not two parts of the same building. It's literally, there's a school, there's a hospital. They're both connected via the basement. Via the basement of this place. The basement is key to everything in this realm. It connects two things together. It allows us to go from one place to another. It is necessity. Okay, so now that we are here, go up to the 3rd floor. And I believe we need to go into the back room over here. And it's hit to reverse and then into the door on the left. So that would be this one over here. And there's this little bit of a long corridor. Don't worry, we know where we're going. And we find this figurehead from before. We need to go up here. Was it all the way around here? And then behind the curtains, okay. Now this is where it's going to be a little bit tricky, because here I thought there was absolutely nothing, but there was a few more things than we realise. In the curtain world, head northeast and walk over a black splatter to see a strung up figure in the sky. Well, I was going through here another time off recording, but the wiki is not telling us exactly which black splatter it is, because there are several black splatters that we can see through here, like that one for example, but that's not a huge splatter. It's not big. I believe it's more or less northwest rather than northeast. There are a few black splatters around here, which is why we need to be careful in which one we interact with. There won't be any danger of interacting with. We can go under that curtain, but we can't go through the... wait. Hold on. We can go underneath it, but we can't walk. That makes no sense. Anywho's, okay, so it might be this one. It is this one. No, it's not that one. We went... damn it. That's one we came from. No good for us. Okay, let's try going northeast then. Let's go in a bit more east than north. And hopefully we can find something along our way. There's a black splatter right there, but there's nothing to be found on that black splatter. Let's traverse through up here. Finding footsteps is good, because it means that you're probably a bit close to a black splatter. Over here, maybe? Or not? Just as much of a mystery for you as it is for me. No, we've been here before. Let's just search row by row to see what's going on. Because this is not entertaining. Then again, this is not really meant to be an entertaining purpose video. It's meant to be more of a walkthrough over anything else. Splatter there, not going to provide us with any substance. All it's going to provide us is a distraction. Maybe this one. It is this one. Just got to walk through it specifically. There's that figure in the sky. And then what we can do... Ah, it is two ways, so we can go back through there as well. No, it's a one-way track. You can only look up in the sky to see. Okay, so we're here, and this is a bit of a special area. Because you can come through here in a indirect manner from a certain dream room. But we don't need to go down there. Instead, we need to go through here, I believe. Headless Trisha with a fanged hole in her back. Yep, headless and fanged hole in her back. And then we end up coming here, and then go a bit left, and then up, and then interact with a really bloody looking eye. And that is going to allow us to go to the White Plains, which are here. And now what we need to do here, actually, one thing is, we need to find an effect item before we can go to another hidden nexus door called the Mirror World. But there is a nexus item, or sorry, an effect that we can get from this very world, which I know is going to take a while because these White Plains, these plains are huge. So we need to find a... We'll need to find the effect item called Horns, but it's literally stuck on a ox/cow skull that's attached to a stick. But I think we just keep going around in circles, which is not good. Circles is my worst friend. Circles is not my friend, full stop. That's a good indicator, actually, that landmark. Because it basically just goes up, and then you find yourself a very important tent, which you can go through. Go up here, maybe, then this way. This is going to take some time, but with a rabbit item equipped, this is going to be a hopping breeze. Well, it's going to be hopping, but it's not going to be a breeze, regardless of any consent. Nobody is going to find any remorse in these worlds. Not even those who are observing it. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Got ourselves a pair of horns. Now what we need to do is we need to... I think it's this one. Yep, go up here. And then... surrounded by white walls. That's correct. White walls. No, not this one. There's another set of markings on the floor which we need to find. Because they're going to be very important for us. Not this one. There's another one. Not this one. Another one. Keep saying it like that. And we are going to prevail through these scenarios one way or another. And it might be this one. Yes, definitely this one. It's 100% this one. We need to find a tent surrounded by white walls. These are no doubt white walls. Go through the tent and we find ourselves in the connection point between the White Plains and the Mirror World. Okay, now that we're in the Mirror World, we need to find the nexus door before anything else. Although, I believe this is... okay, that's a one-way shortcut, but it only goes to here, but you can't do the return. So, some of these mirrors actually enact as portals, so when you go and look through it, you actually appear somewhere else within the map. But we don't want to interact with mirrors just in case we need... well, just in case if we end up going somewhere which we do not want to. So we need to go down here, and we need to just go south. Because this world is not infinite. Even though it seems incredibly long, it's not infinite. And what we need to do at first is either A, find the nexus door first, or... oh, there's the nexus door. Just to speak of the devil. Now we're back at the nexus. But there's an effect that we can find here. So just keep going south. That's all we need to do until we find a wall which has blue eyes with no mouths. Well, your blue eyes with a mouth. There's just one sheet of wall which has a lot of blue eyes and no mouths. Not that one. Not this one. And you're looking at that, it might be infinite. This is a very... Yeah, we've been down there. Been here. Must be another one then. Another wall in which we have not yet traversed to in order to find the right way. Go down here then and see what we can find here, folks. More blue eyes, but they have mouths. That one, nope. Go to the right a bit. I don't think so. Go to the left. Avoid the blank mirrors as well. I don't think they do anything, but just for caution's sake, let's not try and interact with it. Keep going through this world until we find what we need. There's always one path through these games which I do not take, and that is most likely the path which I need to take. Another eye... Okay, here's where we need to see. A bunch of blue eyes with no mouths. And even more from here as well, which is excellent. And we find ourselves a box. And what's in this? What's in this box which has closed eyes and one slightly blinking eye? An eyeless an eyeball box. You may think, what the hell could be served? Well, if we use the eyeball box, it acts as our teleport item to return us back to the nexus. But before anything else, I need to save temporarily. One thing I forgot to show at the start of this game was indeed that there is something you could pick up within the dream room itself. This. It's a scrapbook, and this scrapbook is added to the instructions which allows us to save while we're in the dream. So it's basically a dream save thing rather than always having to wake up and do such thing. Okay, so here, this is the dark world, but it's not as unforgiving as you may think. There are some worlds in this game which are unforgiving, but this one surprisingly isn't. So what we need to do is go through here, and then we need to find a set of blue doors. It's going to be very, very obvious in this world, as most things in this particular world are black and grey. So that is a way to somewhere else which we need to go, but we're going to go back there later on. And then, okay, I think I may have ventured the wrong way. Go up and then go left, maybe? Maybe? Or maybe it's this way. Going near light paths are quite bad, because it means we're not going the right way. I'm trying to remember which way it is. No, this is not the right way. Which way is it? Maybe there was a left turn. Maybe it was a down turn. I don't know. Even I get confused sometimes at these games, and I think I'm pretty good at them. Over time, I get some knacks of what areas are suspicious and needing to be searched a bit more thoroughly than one may suspect. But I still get conflicted with these games because every single one of them are different. But we don't want to be here. This is a bad sign. To get to both of the doors which we need from the dark world, these lighter tiled floorings which we can walk on is not a good indicator. And another thing as well is that if we keep going straight up here, we're going to find ourselves with that thorny tree there. But we don't want to go there just yet. That's for another time during this video, but we need to find another path. And that's not it. Like, that's just not going to serve us okay. Search for neons. Okay. This is going to be a bit of an annoyance. I don't want this to last this long, but unfortunately it is. And, well, things are just how they are. I went in the wrong direction, maybe. Maybe I need to go down and then up, rather than just necessarily left then up. Because these worlds take themselves to a quite diverse number of paths. Great walkthrough, me. Great walkthrough. You're giving us what might be useless commentary at this point. Nope, not that way. Which way was it? Pretty sure there's another path somewheres. Basically, we just done an entire tour of a world without realizing. Down? That's not it. If we go up here, we're going towards that thorny tree. Maybe there's just one of them we need to go up. This way. I don't remember the path being this long to get to the... Oh, there it is. Okay, so there was one. Only one. Okay. Phew, we can rest easy now. This is the world we need to go to. This is the set of blue doors which you need to go to. And it's very unique in that world because of the colours of everything. Okay, so while we're here, while we're in the blue world, we need to search for a neon street light and interact with it to go to Neon Forest. Simple enough, must say so myself. Now, most of these rows are going to look the same, so I'll suggest going 2 rows down to try and find something else. That's not it. It might not be it, actually. It could be it, but might not be. So, go down a few more tiles again. Here, maybe? I'm trying to remember. Not the crystal, but something else. Maybe you. No, you're not it, then. It says to interact with a neon light in here, but I don't see any signs of a neon light. I see what looks like... Ah, this is the neon light. There we go. And then, when we're inside Neon Forest, search for a sack, and it's like literally just a sack that you cover all around you. I know, there's probably not the most wisest way of naming the object, because sack obviously means an interpretation for something else, which is on the male body. Yeah, anyways, enough detail, let's move on. But anyways, we're going to go through here, and hopefully we're going to be able to find, I think it's like a set, we're able to find a large bunch of trees, and then there's like only one opening within the large bunch of trees, which allows us to go to the sack itself. Rather than call it sack, I'd rather just call it bag. Okay, that's just... Okay, I'm not making it better by saying that. This must be it. There's so many trees here, it's gonna be it. No. There's another bunch of large amounts of trees, but not as many as this one. It could be... Not you. You are a figure, but not one we need to explore. Not one we need to explore. Not through here, maybe. No, not at all. Undoubtedly, the worst decision ever made. Going through an area which we've already been. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you, my dear friend? Yep, this is the one we need, and I believe the entrance is over here. Yep, you are here. Get the sack item. It's all good. Now what we need to do is find the nexus door in here, because that is going to allow us to gain access from the nexus to this world in particular. But it's just finding them. There you go. Finding the nexus door was going to be the most difficult part, but yet we found it nonetheless. Okay, so traverse the dark maze again. Find the blue box world. Okay, well we do need know now where to actually go. Which is all fun and great because it means I don't have to think about what I need to do when traversing through these worlds as such. We can just simply go through here and know what we need to do, correct? I'm just actually going to use the match item rather than guessing my way through. Because that's a very bad omen on my behalf. Now there should only be one. There we go. Okay. That's just the indicator that I needed. We're on the right path because there's literally only one path. Go up here. And then around here. And then up again. Down. Right. Down. Right. And we're back here. Now, until you find a box with a flashing light. I think we found this one earlier, which is all good because it means we know to go through there and find ourselves a delightful opportunity. Is it across here? Features are very visible in these sort of worlds. You can tell them apart instantly because most things are very generic, while other things are... Okay, I don't need you right now, Neon Light. I've already discovered you. I don't need you again. Go up here then. And then go right again. There's the flashing box. And it's, even though there are multiple boxes in this world, there's only one that flashes. And that's what you need to find to go between this world and the other world. Okay, so what we need to do here is we need to find a particular doll, and that doll is going to give us the porcelain doll ability, which essentially just transforms us into a doll. Different hair color, different clothing. It's not like an actual doll which it goes robotically. But yeah. And the clue, not these ones, but the clue here is that there are two bigger versions of the porcelain doll which we need to find. But the bigger two, one of them is actually quite sinister. If you played this game yourself, then you will know what I'm talking about. But we're just going to go row by row, see what we can find. The wind up features is very nice. We are going to go through here and we are going to find something which allows us to have a better tomorrow. Okay, I don't believe it would. I do remember it was somewhere quite far away in this world. There's an arm. What the heck? Okay, you're one of the mutated versions. I don't want to interact with you. Remember, there's 3 big-sized ones. There's only one of them which allows you to go somewhere else within the game, though. Which we do not want. We do not want that. We want to stay within this world. And once you find... Okay, there we go. That's what we need to interact with. But there are 2 bigger versions of these, but we don't need to worry about that. Would it be easy to traverse through the dark maze again to get back to the blue world, or go for... Okay, you know what, we'll go back anyways. It's probably quite good to save a few times through the game as well. Back in this bizarre place. I wonder why. But here we can find ourselves a crystal, which we definitely did see earlier. And that crystal is going to allow us to teleport us to another place within the game. Just a matter of finding it. Just like everything else. The finding factor is important. Probably not this row. Did miss a few. There we go. That's the crystal we need. So from here, and we need to find a red tower, which is basically a big red block with a door on the side of it. Now I believe this is the one, most certainly. So just keep walking through until you get to the end, and then at the end we need to interact with a crystal there, not you. Interact with a crystal at the end. And then from there we need to Walk over here, yep. And then we are within the moral world. But there is an item we could get from this moral world called the flower crown, which was one of the few effects which I actually found when I looked through this game initially. When I played for it completely blind. And the beauty of blind Let's Plays is that you have no idea what to find within the game. Well, you might have a bit of a grasp if you've played other games of the same variety. Yume Nikki Fangame usually shares similar characteristics, but the actual details of them are always going to be unknown. But through here we need to find ourselves an item called Flower Crown. Not you, that's just a rock. Flower Crown, where are you, lovely little crown? It's not any of these, although we need to go to that orange section later on. That's going to be quite important, actually. Which one was it? There's lots of these different flowers, but there wasn't any particular one which was very distinctive. There's the nexus door. We'll just go through here and to show you where it is within the nexus. So we go through here to get to this world. And I'm just trying to find where the flower crown effect is. There's lots of these flowers here actually. Is there any one of them which are distinctive? Distinctive compared to the rest. One of a kind. One of a kind flower. Okay, you're going to be tricky. I'm just going to have to unearth all of you until there is no more flowers left to unearth. I'm joking. I'll leave you all be. Not like I can do anything about it, actually. Lots of flowers. Lots of flowers. High five! That's a high five before it became cool. Did you know that? It's like primordial Dialga from Explorers of Time and Darkness. Dialga became primal before it became cool with Kyogre and Groudon on Pokemon. I know, completely unrelated towards Yume Nikki. Oh, for goodness sakes, we've been here before. I don't like it when we repeat patterns, repeat paths. Okay, which one of these is it? I'm getting impatient now. I am getting really impatient when it comes to these sort of things. And when they get me impatient, unfortunately, there's not much I can do, really. Aside panic. Aside worrying. One of these is going to be distinctive. One of these has got to give me an effect. You're the one. Flower crown. Now from here... Aha, now this is where we need to go on the other path within the dark maze. So what we're going to do is going to use the eyeball box to get back to the nexus. And then go to the dark world using rabbit. And then go left. Go on the left path. The left is the only path you need to take to get to places. And from here, we just need to go up. That's all we need to do. Go left and then go up. Go up. Go up a little bit more. Until we find ourselves... yeah, this thorny tree which we talked about earlier. Now, this is where things are going to be a little bit bizarre. Interact with us. So we're basically in Silent Hill. From the entrance, go the northwest direction until you find a large hole in the ground. We can do that. Northwest. Basically go up here. And then, hopefully, we'll be able to find a very distinctive hole in the ground, like that one. Go into here. And then go southeast. No, from the northwest direction to the last hole. Enter this hole to go to Now I'm struggling to find which world this is. Is it the snow stack world, or is it the, yeah, the smokestack? Smokestack world. Tower. Need to find a tower in here. I don't know which way it is though. The wiki says go southeast, but I went southeast one time when I was on my own, and that didn't prevail to anything at all. We came from there, so that's not good. So just try a few different things, and then hopefully by luck you'll be able to encounter it. We'll get Snowbug first, actually, since we discovered this. Okay, so go to Dark Maze, blah, 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 blah. Find a second patch of snow with air rising from it, which is what we just found, and walk on it into a snow forest. Head left until you teleport. Going right just means that you're going around this map an endless amount of times. But going here, we're going to be able to teleport, such as that. And then from here, we need to find you need to find a patch of snow which has 2 trees on it with a bulb of light emanating from it, and then from that we're going to be able to get to another effect item, there we go, called Snowbug, and we need this for another step later on within the game. There was actually one where we needed to go through the snow world, up to the church, to one of the roofs, and then use the snow effect, so the snow bug item, to be able to traverse through the little pockets of snow which emanated from the holes. But at the moment, what we need to do is actually get back to... maybe this could be an area which we can't go back from. Tree? I don't think it was a tree. I'm starting to think that this is a world which we can't go back once we've entered. Trees. Aha, it was for trees. Okay, I've completely forgot about that one. But maybe this is a world which we can't go back from. Nope, we interact with this. It's all good. Interact for smoking, now we're back here. So, find a tower. So, I intended to get one of the other items first before getting Snowbug, but since we interacted with that snow with bits of dust particles floating in the air by that snow pocket, we'll go there first. Go there first. But we do need to find a tower in this place, and the tower is going to lead us to another effect item, which is all going to be very good. Because I think that's the purpose of this. To go through and find everything and anything and lots of other lovely things aside and attached and detached and decrypt and all wonderful things. I'm trying to make it as good as possible, but at the moment it just seems like we are doing a lot of exploring. Exploring is my wonderful friend in these games, because I've just seen you a few minutes ago. I don't want to interact with you ever again, or see you, or smell you, or even know that you're there. Okay, this tower is very concealed. Towers are usually tall and obvious, but from the camera angle we're at, there's no way we're going to be able to spot the tower from a usual perspective that we human eyes normally see a tall object like a tower. From the ground, facing left, right, up, down, north, east, west. Everything. Okay, that's just the other one. So which way do we go? The wiki doesn't specify. Although I do admit that most of the effects in the wiki are quite point on with their instructions. Some of them provide you with instructions that don't actually exist within this version, because it's 0.04 instructions. And that's depressing. Where is this tower? Oh, there's the tower. Thank you very much. So I just needed to go a bit west and then up from the second pile of snow. That's just so annoying. Go up the tower, and then it says you can get an item called Twin Tails. Interact with the red ribbon for braids and the blue ribbon for pigtails. Do we want braids or pigtails? We'll go with braids. Braids. Basically got braids. Pigtails I think look slightly different, but it's okay. Okay, so now that we've done that, I think it would be a very wise idea to save and move to our next objective. There you are, my dear friend. We are back with you. Now that we've got a snow bug item, we can proceed to get another item which we can find in the school. And the dots turn back to red as well, which is very nice. I mean, I don't need to go there, but a red dot is better than a white dot in this game. So, well, now that we're in the school, what we need to do is go to the hospital and then go to the roof. Because school always comes first in this game, and then hospital comes second. Because there's no other way to get to the hospital except from going to the school and then to the hospital itself. So, okay, so we need to go to the top floor, I believe. Yes. Go right up to the rooftop and use the snow bug item to... Okay, don't get confused by that. Yeah, so there's just a bunch of things over here, which acts like the tower back in the smokestack world. Similar tower formation, same purpose. Now, there's this world here. Oh, you're on the roof this time. Can you be on the floor at other times? Okay, you're being rebellious today. So normally we can't do anything with this. What would be an access beam of light? Don't know, but if we equipped ourselves with snowbug item and then go up, no, then go down, we're able to go down another tile. But obviously, once we go through here, it's a no point of return. Literally, there's no way to return back to the rest of the game. But before we turn back to the other parts of the game, go up here, and then get the Fawn's item, which is all delightable. And when I say delightable, I mean it's absolutely diabolical. Fawn's grain out of her legs are thorns. There's a thorn growing through one of her eyes. Another 2 thorns growing through her body. And movement speed is greatly impaired. Complete opposite to what the rabbit provides, which is a lot more speed. But yeah, as you can notice, there's no point of return. Even if we equip the snow bug item, there's no point of return. There's no actual points of return. But also you can flash the area. Didn't know about. But anyways, there's only 2 ways which you can escape this scenario. Either using the eyeball box or by pinching your cheeks. And for this, we're just going to use the wonderful eyeball box. So now we're going to actually go through another door this time. And we're going to equip the rabbit item first, obviously. And then we need to go to the bottom left door. I call this the middle bottom left door. And this the bottom left door. At the bottom door. It's just an easier way of remembering which bottom left door you're categorizing. So that's middle bottom left. That's bottom left. Okay, so desert world. Go southwest, and it's literally southwest as you can go, past these guys, and then you should find yourself a purple scarf, like this one here, in between 4 different coloured sand dunes. Okay, 3 different coloured sand dunes, but 4 different sand dunes. 5. Well, whatever in the case, but it's very easy to get that particular effect from here, because literally you just go southwest. And these set of pillars over here, is your clue. But now that we're here, go back to near the nexus door and head straight up, and then you should find yourself a door attached to a box, like this one. And then from here, we need to go through the capillary fields of these plants. These veins actually enact as the blood of the plants themselves. It's quite relatable that you can make a world so that it has a photosynthesis feel, but at the same time it still kind of reflects the human body in itself. And then we need to go to this lovely heart over here. We go through here, and then we keep going up. The guide says to go right, but it's much easier to go left once we get to these fences. Over here, yep. And then we need to find a particular plant with a ribbon on it. This one. And that's going to be our straw hat. Indeed. So now there are only 2 more effect items which we need to get. And they are both positioned from one of the hidden doors. Wait, hold on. Wrong one. I meant to attach the eyeball box, but I just attached my rabbit item. Lovely. So, the top left door. Top leftmost door, the bluish one. That's where we need to go to next. Rabbit. And then we need from there, remember those orange pillars that we saw within this place? That's what we need to go through next. Because from there, we're going to be able to go to a place called Orange Tiles Path. I almost called it Orange Piles Path. But that doesn't sound very pleasant, does it now? Piling up. Bloody piles. Where are the orange pillars? They're the only set of orange pillars within this huge world. So let us not waste any time and find them. Find them indeed. That is our goal. That is our objective, and that is our destiny. Try and find something that's distinctive in this place. Number 1, the flower crown. Number 2, the oddly coloured pillars, which are not blue. And also these bunch of flowers as well. Go down here now. And then proceed to the next area if we can. 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 Actually, when I said I'm missing 2 effects, I'm actually missing 3 of them. Here's the orange pillars. I'm actually going to use the save function rather than trying to do other things anyways. Okay, so basically this is a very, very straight path because it only goes to a place called Red Bubbles Maze. And Red Bubbles Maze is not a particularly nice place simply because it acts as a labyrinth of the game. Okay, so we need to find a similar looking portalway from that, but it has like pincer marks on it rather than a circle mark. And that's going to enact us to get an item called Ocarina. Ocarina, Ocarina. I'm not good at pronouncing things like that. But it's going to be down a path. But there's lots of paths that go down, so what the heck could it all mean? Well, we're just going to be exploring around here, and it might take some time, so be back in a sec. Okay, they may not look like pincers, but you get... Okay, crab claws, then. Then now we're here. Hang on, actually, I just need to alter something. There we go. I can actually see the writing on my other monitor. Go through here, which is a lovely looking place, if you may say so myself. If I may say so myself. Okay, this egg world. And then we're going to need to find a particular white egg which has a hole in it. Which has a hole in it. Which has a hole in it. But as you can see from this egg world is not the apparent chocolatey eggs which you're all very excited about when it comes to Easter. No, this is the apparent of eggs which are kind of described when said A goes into said B, and then said C, which is the equivalent of said A and said B, grows inside a said person's body, and then that okay, I can't really describe this. Okay, that's the wrong one actually. And then that said process takes about said months, and said something will happen, grow inside, and then boom, you get yourself a wonderful specimen known as said child. Thank you, phone, for vibrating at that time. Okay, so this is one. And we just need to keep going through here until there are no more eggs to go through. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This might be the 10th or the 11th one. So we just need to get this ocarina. And I know that you're a very suspicious looking individual. Really, suspicious looking. But if we take the ocarina, you're not there anymore. So what the heck will that mean? Do we go back here again and you're suddenly there? You are. Okay, so there's a 50-50 chance then. 50. Why are we suddenly back here? Are you trying to jinx me, game? For goodness sakes. Okay, but before we get another effect from the orange mazy thing itself, there is another door which we can go through and witness an event within the game. This is one of the few events which I actually discovered accidentally whilst going through the game itself. But it's not going to be that door. There's another door which we access through this game, which is neither this one or the white door. It was another door which we found earlier, I believe. Yep, this one up here, a pink one. Yep, and this is the Red Sea part of it, and this is like the area which we couldn't access before. Then go up here, and then go down here to the right, ignoring the ribbonish thing over there. And then go left, go up here. And then what we can do is go inside here, interact with the puddle, and this is one of the events of Yume Nisshi. And I believe this just goes on for an infinite amount of time until you press enter or shift or something. And it's just all milky white. Quite soothing, but at the same time it could also be quite a had. That wasn't there the first time when I went through this. Well, then again, I didn't check it for a long amount of time. I just came in and then knew before I knew it. No, I think that's the same arm. Okay, I'm going to press enter and get out of here. But if you notice afterwards, yeah, what the hell happened to me? I'm just all... No, I was about to say I'm all sparkly. How the hell is that sparkly, for goodness sakes? Go for... Wait a minute. This might all be the same map, actually. So I'm looking at it right now. But it's connected from one place to another place. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of this temporary milky event. Go back into the rabbit, and then if we try to go back, we just revert to our normal selves again. Normal, unwhitened, that's a politer way of saying it, rather than an unmilked version. God damn it. Oh, I don't like myself at times. Okay, so we need to go back to the purpley door, and then go back into that lovely bubbly red maze, which will allow us to... No, not the white egg door. This one... Oh, no, not you. Another one, another one, another one, another one, another one somewhere through here, through here, through here, through here, through here, not that one, another door, another door, another door, this way, down here, up there, left, right, left, center, up, down. Let's see. Could we find something entailed within this journey? Oh, taking me to that same door. I do not care. I do not desire that door ever again. Do not give it to me. Where is the purple door? I want to find the purple door. Not the pink door, the purple door. Okay, let's go up here then. We're going to get more promising results when we go somewhere which we've not been before. Where is the purple egg door? I keep only finding the white one and the pink one, but where's the purple one? There is the purple one. I thought the game removed it, and I would be most displeased if that was going to be the result of this endeavor. Thank you. Now we need to find a similar looking shaped one, but I forgot the shape of it, so we'll be right back. But I know which way it goes because it goes into the sewers. I believe we've finally made it to our destination, which we need to go to. Yeah, the sewers themselves. This isn't the right way, but I haven't been here before, so I'm just going to look this way for a little bit and see. Oh, there's a door there. No, he would get it from that side though. Or maybe we can jump actually. No, we can't jump as the bunny. I thought it's a bunny we can jump. Maybe it's quite deceiving in itself. And we just need to interact with this figure here. And then with a Chromeria. And the Chromeria is probably not a very... I was going to say it's not a very good looking thing. As in like, not a very child friendly looking thing. But this one appears to be quite cute. The Chromerias I'm used to are very horrifying, evil things in a shooting game called Resistance on the PlayStation 3. I wish I made one for PS4 because I loved that game. The survival and the horrific monsters of it, starring Nathan Hewes, I think it was called, the protagonist. But still a very good game nonetheless. Anyways, there is one more effect that we need to collect before we can classify ourselves as complete with these effects. And I'm going to take a look. Bottom right door, and even though this world seems infinite, I've figured out quite a nice path that we can go down from in order to get to the door we need to go to immediately. So just go left from the nexus door to this point here where there's the first set of cluster of stars, and then just go down from there, and then this is the path that you need to go to, and then go through here. And then what the wiki said guide is, on a random time, a very rare moment, instead of the screen being black, instead of the screen being white, it's actually black. But there is a prerequisite step that we need to do first before we can do this, because to get a proto item, you need to go to somewhere else first. But I've actually forgotten now the directions in which I do actually need to go to. Keep going right. I believe it's down from the hand. And then right again. Go down here. I'm lost actually. I'm very lost. There should be a heart of some sort that we need to traverse over. Hold on. Yep, this is okay. You can do this. And then go up here. So you need to go through those chess pieces, those queen chess pieces, in a specific direction. That's not the direction that I saw on one of the YouTube videos I found of this item, because I was literally stuck on this item for hours trying to get it before I realised that there is another step we need to take. Now, there's nothing that we need to do in here. That actually gives me reminiscence of Yume Nikki, because whoever the protagonist is, I've forgotten how to pronounce her name, wears a purplish uniform, and this is a familiar room. We don't need to do anything here, we just need to actually be here. And then come out of this room, and then walk back down this way, and then we need to find that door again that we passed through from the starry path. After we go down here like this. I've forgotten how to actually get back now. But once we get back, then the odds are on whether or not we are going to get chance on our side. Because what we want to do is transform the background, rather than being white, into black. And then whatever's blue in the background will be red. Or a very subtle red, to say the least. The eye will definitely be quite a bright red. Just finding this bloody door in the first place. Maybe I should have gone right, but we went right initially. Come on, starry door. Starry door, starry door. We came from that way, I believe. Okay, now we're going around in circles, which I do not like. I've been this way once before. Let's go in a different direction. If we see hands, then that's a good sign. If we see like a pair of fingers poking out of the ground. But it looks like so far we are not seeing anything of a variety. Not that. Not those chess pieces. Not the paws. Yeah, there are the hands, which is very good. Because we just need to go this way now, and then hopefully we'll be able to find the door. There we go. Now it's just a matter of going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth this way until the background in the chess world is black. That's all we need to do. And to get to Proto, we need to do that step beforehand, where we need to go into Yume Nikki's protagonist's room. And then come back here, and then just do what we're doing right here, and that is going back and forth the starry path and the chess world until the chess world's background turns black. Saying that multiple times, but I like explaining things in a different way, even if it means the same result. It just means that I hope that most amount of people can understand what I'm trying to say. Might be garbity goobity. Could be. We never know. It could make sense or not. Okay. Be this delightful rabbit, and then we can be on our way. Still nothing. One says there's a 1 in 27 chance. Not sure on the odds of that. Keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. This is a lovely road, and we are going to take it with... There we go. That is what we love to see, and we're going to save right there. And essentially, we need to find those queen pieces again, because we're going to go through there again. But this time around, it's going to be much different. Much different because we are going to be exploring a brand new area and event which we've not yet seen before. one which we have yet to explore. Go through here, and then for this to actually work, we need to decrypt our item, because I think in the code it only accepts us into the other side of this room if we are equipped with nothing but ourselves. So there's this red needle, and then there's these two hands with this head figure here. Just simply press enter and you'll be here. So now what we're going to be doing is equipping the rabbit item so we can get it a bit quicker. Just simply go this way, and then you find yourself a set of stairs, and then go to the right, then go down here. Now you see that sheet that's on the desk. If you didn't do that previous step before I kept going back and forth the starry path involving that blank room with the purple rug, that sheet on the table will not appear there. It's important for us to do that previous step beforehand. Get the ability. But before we make ourselves a return to the nexus, we're going to... Okay, sometimes that gives money. We're just going to go back and forth between these rooms until something else happens. Not that. That. What a horrific scene this is. It's raining out here, but it's a bit different when the carpet is not red. It's usually a bit more defragmented. But this is quite fragmented, and the world is distorted. The rooftop, and then there's the background. The background always displays, depending on its colours and its sort of structure, the frame of mind the dreamer is in. So yeah, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to save here, because if you go down here, you literally just fall through. Okay, I went through this way before, but it didn't land me here, it landed me in a different spot. So if we go down here again, maybe this is a random thing. Sometimes it takes you to other areas of the game, but at the moment this one just seems to be fixed on this area. Let's see now, quick again. But there is an event here which forces us to wake up. Something which I've discovered myself. Go over here and just simply try and go back to where that red needle was. And by the way, even though these seem like open areas of the floor, you can't go through them like we did in the bedroom. Also, add to notes, but it doesn't have that ominous sound in it as well. Just notice that there's this horrific thing. No idea what you're supposed to be, but if we try and go back... Bizarre graphics start to fill your screen, and then your very mind is disturbed by the purples, the greens, the yellows, the oranges, the reds, and the blacks, and then it fades away until you wake up. Just like that. Just like that, we are now back to what is supposed to be reality. Maybe this is a dream inside a dream, or we just woke up from that horrific plane of events. See, now the background is distorted again. I'm trying to see if there are any other events, but there is like a sitemap of the entire game that somebody very kindly put together. Let me just look at that and I'll be right back. There is another world in which we have not yet gone through to unlock the door, but mysteriously enough, as I came here, the door here is already unlocked. What is this outcome meant to be? But as I'm a good person, I'm going to show you guys on how to actually unlock it the proper way, because literally it just appeared before us as soon as we got here. Not as soon as we got here is not the game, but as soon as we just entered from the room up here all the way down to here. So what we need to do is we need to go to literally the smokestack world, snow forest, and then from the snow forest apparently there's a house which is shaped of a cube, and then from there go to the television, to a Game Boy world. Inside there go up the building to reach your exit, walk to the end, and enter Amiibo world. Okay, so that's just that in a nutshell. So what we need to do is find ourselves a path along this Rich's Plains. Go down, then left, then up, leap, down again, up, left, up again, this way up, this way up, this way up, this way up again. Trees! And then from the trees, need to go to the smokestack world, so I believe it was north. Is it northwest or southwest? I'm going south. No, it's not southwest. That's another thing. There's another thing which is unobtainable in version 0.03. Go northeast. I'm trying to see. I think this is okay. I don't think this is. I think I've ventured into the wrong neighborhood. Yep, wrong neighborhood. There's blood everywhere. So it's definitely the sign that you are within the wrong neighborhood when the entire area is covered in blood. Don't want to go there. Let's see, let's see. Maybe I took a complete wrong turn. Maybe it was northwest rather than northeast. Let's go this way then. Surely it'll be better than the one we ventured from before. This one over here. This lovely little way over here. There we go. Nice tour of the entire place. And then we need to enter the snow forest, which I believe was the sprinkling bits of snow that we found earlier. All good and fun. It's just a matter of finding it in this huge, tainted, dark world. Back that one. Go into here, then to Snow Forest, and then from Snow Forest, go through here, and then hopefully we'll be able to be teleported like that. And then in here, we'll be able to... Well, from earlier when we kept falling here, we could have just simply came here. But then again, that was a random event thing anyway, so it wouldn't be that much very reliable. Wouldn't be very reliable at all. So we now need to find a house which is a shape of a cube. And then from there, we'll be able to go to the next phase of how to properly unlock the northeast door. Because that door just pops there automatically when you enter one of the other worlds. I don't know why, it shouldn't do that. Maybe it's a bug in the game or something. That was probably something that's fixed in version 0.04. There we go, there's my house in question. Cube. And then we need to go to the right side. And then interact with this lovely thing, lovely television. Go through here. And now, we are literally in a Game Boy world. All good and fun, as one could say. But also another thing we can do here is find an event. An event such which only coexists within this world and this world only. But we do need to traverse through here first in order to actually get to the buildings required to be able to get to the event itself. So... Yep, this is definitely it because it has the elevators. Don't need to go that way. Stairs. Stairs galore. And then what we need to do is... Wait. I don't think I'm going the right way, am I? No, this is the Amiibo world, and this is good enough actually, and this is how you're actually supposed to get to that world which has the green door, which is placed top right of the nexus. But that's not important right now. But what the? Wait a minute. This is not the same. Fine. See if we can navigate around this scenario. There we have it. That's bizarre. Oh well. I believe it was this building. Yep, and then go all the way to the top. And then go up another set of stairs. Up here. And then interact with this fellow. And then literally you will be seeing the night sky together. And it's also a horizontal format as well. And if you want to leave, just simply talk to that guy again, and then you will be able to do that. So, there probably might be other events which you can see in the game, but unfortunately, I don't want to have to spend another 6 hours or so trying to investigate every single particle of this game in order to try and do that. The only thing I've been relying on is the Yume Nikki wiki fan page to be able to know where all of the effect items were within the game itself, which I'm very grateful of, by the way. And also, compared to other Yume Nikki fan games, whoever wrote this one definitely put some thought into it, because it shows specifications of where actual effects were in comparison to when the previous location was where you needed to come from in order to get to the effect item itself. So basically from A to B, then from A to B again, in different worlds. Different doors, different directions you need to go to. There's a little bit of thought into this one. But although I would have to say that the effect items, Ocriana and Chromeria, they're not written correctly unless they are correct in the version 0.04 version, which is only in Japanese. Okay, so Yume Nisshi. I really like this Yume Nikki Fangame, although I would say that I struggled a lot to try and actually find all these worlds. It's only because of the walkthrough that I found on the Yume Nikki wiki fan page game. Yume Nikki Fangame wiki. No, Yume Nikki Fangame wiki. Nikki and wiki sound very similar, so sorry about that. Let me just investigate this view. So, I like this one, but the maps in themselves are really big, so therefore it requires a lot of exploring. Enough. Phones stop keep going off. I forgot what I was about to say now. But the maps are really big in the game, so therefore it requires you to do a lot of exploring around to be able to get to certain places. And especially without the rabbit item that you have in this game to make you go faster, it's going to be even longer to actually find everything that you need in order to actually say that you have completed all of the exploring, everything from A to Z, all the events, all the effects within the game. I'm just actually going to go back to the Nexus now and see what all of these items can do. Let's see, eyeball box. Hi. Yeah, so now we're in the Nexus. So let's just look at all these items individually. So we've got match, and obviously that's self-explanatory. Lights up any dark areas. Nail bat. You can use this to whack any NPCs, and there's a very slim chance you'll be able to get coins, and there is a vending machine within that red bubble maze that you can use to purchase drinks in, but they don't do anything at all, I believe. Porcelain doll, basically turn into that doll that we saw earlier. Do a little bowel movement, that's nice. And then braids, you can also have pigtails if you... is it called pigtails? I think it's called pigtails, but there was a blue ribbon and a red ribbon. I choose the blue ribbon, which gave me braids, but if we chose the red ribbon, that would have given us pigtails. Rabbit, that's self-explanatory, I'm not going to show that again. Flower crown, basically if you do that, then it just leaves a bit of gas around. Don't know what that'll do. This is the horns item, And if you press shift, it gives a little glow in between the two horns themselves. Proto, probably the hardest item to try and get. No effects, it's just accessory change, with both the colour of the shirt and the colour of the hair. Snowbug we saw earlier. This was required in order to get to other areas, little areas. Sack, so basically we wear a sack over our head. It's aesthetic only. And then we go, wait, let's just get rid of the snow quickly. You can't get rid of the snow, that's unfortunate. Straw hat. And we basically can tilt the hat if we want to. Very minutely though. Eyeball box, self-explanatory. Scarf. Basically we can change ourselves so we can have a bigger scarf. Ideal for the snow as well. All good and fun. Perfectly suited with the snowbug item. Chromeria, we saw that earlier. Meow, we have 4 legs or 4 little boots. Fawns. We saw that earlier. We grow fawns out of our body. Our legs are no longer there, but fawns probably about half the speed, or even quarter of the speed. Don't know what we can usually do. Ocriana can make lots of lovely sounds. 2 different waves there. And then the scrapbook just does what it should do. Shows instructions, also lets you save anywhere. So that is going to be my walkthrough of Yume Nisshi on all effects. If all of the events were written down on the wiki, then I would have also just gone through those ones as well, but I only looked at the events which I discovered myself without looking at any other sort of walkthroughs or let's play videos. The only one I wanted to really try and find is the proto item, because that one gave me a really hard time, because I didn't know that pre-requirement step, but you needed to go to that very, very specific room through a specific path, then come back out again, then only to find that if you didn't do it, that piece of paper on the desk won't appear within, I forgot what the protagonist's name now, their dream version of the dream room. There we have it. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I'm going to leave you with the protagonist's encore, and we are going to see each other's in another video. Have a very good day and take care of yourselves. And there we have it. Bye bye.